What's good, fam? Hope you guys are having a great day today. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to be having an interview with my student, Khusbu. She's been able to lose a significant amount of weight past few months, and we're just getting started. She's with me for the year, and her transformation from here to the end of the year is going to be amazing because she's putting in the work. She's dedicated to this journey. So Khusbu, introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi, so my name's Khusbu. I'm currently in North Carolina. I'm currently a registered nurse. Um, and I have been with Carl since April. With my fitness journey, I've been battling with like weight loss. Honestly, like ever since I was like maybe like like in my early teens. And so being in this journey, um like I've had like a lot of ups and downs. I know like navigating into this journey was very hard because um I was never a gym goer. I was never really a person that like I've always wanted to be active, but I never really knew how to like get back into it since I had my ACL tear. And ever since then I was kind of scared to like go to the gym and like lift weights, and like I've had back issues before. But being in this journey and like having Carl like by my side, like I know like every day is a new day. And so that's what I kind of learned in this journey, that, even though it may be a bad week, we can always start new and like start like with a fresh go. So like it's been like a slow but sure journey. Like I'm not like, with every progress I make, even if it's big or little, I always try to make it as a progress, like regardless, because like what I've noticed, it's all about mindset. It's all about making sure you're in the right mind to like do this, because if you're not gonna really see any results, which which I saw, like if you're not in the right mindset, you're not, gonna really see like what is meant to come for you.
100%. And I remember in the beginning, you were scared to go to the gym, like you said,
I
and you
was
didn't
so
even want
scared, yes.
to. And you didn't even want to like start the meal plan. You're like, Carl, I don't even know if I could do this. And I remember asking you, your why, right? And when you have a powerful why, it can give you the energy, the abundance to actually push towards the journey. So for you, what do you think is the biggest difference between the start versus now? Like your commitment level, your focus, your mindset.
Well, now I just feel like my just like my mindset's a little different, because now I see the gym as like my life right now, instead of something I have to put on a to-do list. So when I was on vacation, it's just like the new life I'm kind of like incorporating slowly but surely. Like, well, even when I was on vacation, I really made sure I try to get as many steps in, drinking a lot of water, and just making sure I'm picking the right foods. Like, if for example, if for breakfast I'm having something healthy, then I can kind of have like a small ice cream a little bit. But like I'm making sure that every kind of meal is balanced out. And so I think that's kind of what's helped. And I think like since the beginning, like now I'm a little more comfortable in terms of like trying another set, or trying maybe pushing for 5 more reps. I know in the beginning, especially in the gym going, like I was just kind of like insecure. I feel like, I was like that girl that doesn't know anything. And like one thing about me is that if my form is wrong, I feel like people are going to stare. And that was like my biggest thing. I really try to make sure my form was on par, just so like everything in terms of your body mechanics can kind of like go through like efficiently. And I think like that's what helped me in terms of like seeing results. It's like when I made sure my form was correct, I was able to go much more, further than,
100%.
when my form was wrong. Yeah.
100%. And one thing is, since the beginning, I knew we were related one way. Your ACL injury. Um, a lot of things when it comes to like your mindset behind knee injury, it makes you second guess everything that you do when it comes to movement, when it comes to your step, because you don't want to hurt yourself again. You want to put yourself in that position again. So for you, what were some things? Well, not some things, but how were you able to overcome that mental hurdle? Because for me, the way I was able to overcome that mental hurdle was through just doing small things when it comes to like knee rehabilitation, but for you, when it comes to form, how are you able to, overcome that hurdle to be able to push through your leg days?
I'm so sorry, Carl. You cut out. Can you repeat what you
I cut
said?
out.
I couldn't hear
Yeah,
you.
so that's okay. So what I was saying
Yeah.
is, when it comes to your fitness journey, we kind of relate in that we both have ACL injuries. And I wanted to ask you, when it came to your ACL injury, how were you able to overcome that hurdle? Because I feel like a lot of people struggle with it, where they get a knee injury and they're afraid to go to the gym. They're afraid to do one thing. So for you, how are you able to overcome
Yeah.
that?
So when I had my knee injury, I was playing rugby. And rugby was kind of like kind of like my first sport that I kind of like really
Mhm,
loved and dominated. And
mhm,
I was pretty fearless when it came to that. And I never knew in a million years I would have an injury like that prominent, especially because I never really saw myself as like a very athletic, sportsy person. So when I did get the injury, I was very thrown off. I definitely got slumped into a mindset where like this is gonna be permanent. I'm gonna have to like do like things that are kind of catered to this, and it kind of took me a while to kind of get out of that mindset because even after going through physical therapy and recovering, I kind of hindered myself a lot. I kind of like put myself in a shell. I kind of like didn't really do sprints anymore as much as I really like. I used to be in track and fields. I love to do sprints, and that was like my kind of like my favorite form of cardio because it's just like a few outbursts of energy. And I couldn't do that anymore because I was so scared. But in terms of just making sure like you have to know your body, right? You have to really make sure like that you know what you're comfortable with. And I just knew that if I was comfortable pushing my body before, then why am
mhm,
I not comfortable pushing it now? Like, you know what I mean? So
mhm.
it's all about letting go of that fear. That was pretty much what it was for me. My fear was really putting me back. Like I was always looking at the what ifs, like if this gonna happen again, like all that stuff. But it's all about your mindset and just making sure that you're not putting yourself in that shell. Because once you do put yourself in that shell, it's gonna probably take a while for you to come out of it. Like let's be honest, especially like
Yeah,
if you're kind of in that mindset that kind of gets you a little, you need a lot to kind of build yourself up and move in. Which for me, because I was going through a big phase of depression at the time. So yeah.
100%. Mindset is powerful, right? Mindset can, make or, break you. Like you said, mindset is one of the biggest things that you always want to focus on. Because if you could change the way you think, you could change the way you do things, the way you apply things. Um, and
Yeah.
overall for you, like, what is the biggest difference between, let's say, not even mindset, but like eating, like just your nutrition overall? What is the biggest difference in nutrition from the beginning to now?
I think my biggest thing is protein intake. I did not know. I think like since now, it's just so much knowledge I've acquired. Even like aside from me going to the gym and like the main stuff, it's just the amount of knowledge I've acquired. It is how I kind of go about like social media now. Like when I go on Instagram now, I kind of look at like recipes now and workout videos and all that stuff. But I think protein intake is the biggest thing I've learned. I've learned how crucial it is, like in terms of building muscle and like the whole concept of anabolic metabolism. Like you need the protein. I didn't know that 180 grams of protein is kind of like what I required. And before working out, I probably like only had an intake of maybe like 40 grams max.
Mhm.
And now 40 grams is like my one meal.
Yeah.
So nutrition was big. I didn't know how big nutrition was, but I didn't know. I think before I made nutrition very, very complicated. Like I would be like, oh, I can have only this amount of carbs. But now I realize like you can have carbs. Like carbs are not a bad thing, you
Mhm.
know? But it's just the way you kind of like go about everything. So,
100%. And a lot of people still have that mindset where they think carbs are bad, but carbs are, you need it. You need it for your brain, you need it for function, you need it to perform in the gym. And overall,
yeah.
when it comes to nutrition, when you get the right mindset, as long as you get the right nutrition plan and you know what everything does, it makes things seem, well, easy because you're like, if I just do this and this, I will get the results. And if I stick to it over a long period of time, I will get even more results. So 100%. So what would you say to anybody right now, let's say that's struggling when it comes to their mindset, the nutrition, and just getting a workout in? Well, what motivation would give them?
So my motivation for them is to choose a why and to also kind of tell yourself like if not now then when, because that was like my
Mhm,
biggest question. Is I always told myself, well, if not now, Kush, then when? Because like I would keep telling myself excuses. So I would say not now because I'm recovering from ACL, or not now because I'm trying to get nursing school, and then I'd be like not now, I'm actually in nursing school. So you're always going to give yourself excuses, right? Like not now, then when? But it's now, like me now, like almost about to be like 29. It's like I'm about to go in my 30s, and being in the medical field, I've seen patients who are, you know, older and who are, heavy set, and they cannot do their, ADLs or activities of daily living. And that's when it occurred to me that if I keep going down this route, and me having PCOS, which is, polycystic ovarian syndrome, I don't want to be like one of these patients, because I'm a very prideful person and I'm extremely independent. I don't want anyone to lay a hand on me if I can't do it myself. So that was the biggest thing for me, is I can't stop saying not now, not now. Like, it is now. It is now. It has to be now. So that was my biggest thing, is you really just gotta wake up and put yourself in that situation. If you keep going like this, will you ever be content? Because you can feel that content with anything else. You can feel that content with a $3,000 bag, with a significant other, with, filling out with your friends. But like, when you're actually with yourself and your body's number one. Like, your body's your own
Hmm.
temple. Your body's the one that wakes you up in the morning. Your body's your mindset, everything. And if that is trash, then you ultimately yourself will be trash. So that's what I tell myself.
100%. 100%. That's powerful right there. Your body's your temple. If not now, then when? That is powerful. Well, I'm gonna finish it on there. If not now, then when, fam? Seriously.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always ask myself too, is like whenever I want to accomplish certain goals, like why would I delay it? What's the point of delaying? Delaying it is just keeping myself the same. It's now challenging me. So therefore, I have to challenge myself to overcome, to get better, as well as to pursue this goal. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you, Kushru. I appreciate you. Do you have
Thank
anything
you.
else you'd like to share?
No, this is great. I feel motivated.
Awesome. So what's next for you? Last question. What's next for you in your fitness journey? Where do you want to head next?
Okay.
Because I think
So
this is part one.
so next goal of my fitness journey, I'm looking at this not as a timeline, but as like my lifelong thing, right?
Mhm.
So I know this is going to be a slow process. I'm already seeing changes in my body, but the changes I want to see, I'm not going to see right away. So I'm telling myself to be patient. I'm telling myself, hey, if you only lose 1 pound this week, 1 pound next week, it's all good. It's all good. You're still, you're still thriving. So, you know, just love the journey and keep at it is what I keep telling myself. And I guess that is what I'm focusing on now, because I don't want to lose. I don't want to get off my bandwagon. And I know some days are rough, but I just keep telling myself, just keep pushing. If you can't push 100%, push yourself 80% today. Tomorrow, you can push yourself at 90. Maybe someday you can push 30%. It's okay. But as long as you push at least more than 5% every day, that's all that matters.
Powerful. Powerful. Thank you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. That last right there, that last sentence right there is powerful. If you guys are struggling, 5% each day, 1% each day, 1% better each day, it's going to really, like, one thing is you have to compound your habits. And if you just do one thing each day to get better, you will accomplish your goal and you will eventually get to your ultimate goal. Thank you, Kushbu. If anybody's watching this, hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
Bye.